Scooter. I'll be a bit formal then and just say good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. I will share the white screen, as I was talking just before we started, you know, maybe at the end. Tonight's training is going to be on sponsoring. Kate's disappeared and came back. It's probably because she was logged in as me. Tonight's meeting, as we said last week, we were going to talk about sponsoring. I have got a small PowerPoint because I didn't decide if I was going to do a PowerPoint or if we were just going to brainstorm. But some people in the new project Clean Sweep group, thanks for the name, Amanda, whose hand went up there, Abby's hand appeared. Oh, that's what she did. A hand appeared there. Our project Clean Sweep, but it is really the leaders group, and everybody who's on tonight is in the leaders group. But we're going to be talking about the trainings, the meetings, and how we can make them more effective. What do we actually want for new people and stuff like that? Because we are going to be going on, every one of us really, the first thing that everybody's saying to me is sponsoring. We've got a massive, between us all, we've got years experience in Viva MK and in Clean Easy and in the business. So I think the focus I would like to be is once we get the people in, how do we look after them? Seems to be a question for some people. So what I thought I would do, and I'm going to try hard to do something that I learned today. You might be impressed, you might not, because it might not work. I'm going to share the screen in a little PowerPoint. It's going to cover questions that some people asked in the group today. Not as long as the normal PowerPoint, I hope, because I'm still, as you can tell, got the inhaler to hand. I'm still a bit chesty, for want of a better word. So I have to talk slower anyway. But it's after that, after I do this short training, we can talk about it, about different ways that you bring people in, or you might talk to them or say something different from me. Another thing I want to really put in place is the fact that, we're quite good as a team. Most of us talk, but occasionally there's some people that might come on a bit quieter, a bit shyer, or maybe because we're all going at one time, they don't get a word done. So that's why we're using the whiteboard, which I'll show you in a moment. And it's also why, I had a wee brain freeze there. It's also a view, I guess, to just making it, everybody can join in. Does that make sense? I just had a little brain freeze there, which I'm having a lot of. I'm not calling them senior moments. Don't anybody dare suggest it. But this is the whiteboard. And just give it a wee minute to come up. Let's see if I've got it on gallery view. I think I have. Takes a wee minute to load. Tell me when you can see it, because I don't see it yet. It worked for us today.
Got a white screen.
That's a whiteboard, but I don't see it yet. So you're seeing, I'm not seeing it yet. I'm seeing.
Yeah, we can see it.
Right, the white screen.
It could possibly.
Pardon?
We can see it. We can see it, but it could possibly. It loads as a separate window, so it could be behind your Zoom, if that makes sense. Sometimes
yes,
when I use it for kids, it's minimized behind it, if that makes sense.
It does, and I can see that somebody's put hello and welcome to the white. I think that would maybe be Jane practicing. So might as well just talk about, you have to click it once and a box should be, you have to know, right. And your screen above it, can everybody see a black bar? And the second thing, along the top of your screen on the black bar, can you see that? Everybody,
yes.
My text, I can't see the text.
No, no.
I typed.
Well, that's funny because you could see earlier your screen, your sharing screen is paused. Hold on, it's paused itself. Stop.
No, that's right.
It's
You've
paused.
disabled it, it tells me.
No, your screen is paused. Your screen sharing is paused. It's saying stop share.
There should be a play button,
Let me
a
just
green
try
button somewhere
again.
that you can.
It's all right. Lynn, if
I press that.
share screen again.
I'm doing it again.
Share screen.
Okay.
We don't want to share
Right, can
screen.
you see the
That's if
whiteboard?
I had.
Oh, there
There
you
we
go.
go.
See that
That's
again.
it.
Yeah, we can
Right.
see that.
Your pen moving and
Right, there's my
stuff
wee
as well.
pen. Now, Jane and I were practicing, so I take it that was Jane earlier. But can you see a black bar along the top?
mine's
Yeah.
at the bottom.
On the
It's
bottom.
all it says is you're viewing Lynn McDonald's screen and then view options.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Click on view options
yeah.
and it gives you annotate. Click on annotate
Annotate.
and you'll get a black bar.
Ah, right. Okay.
Anybody need that?
Right.
key?
Click on text. Sorry.
Mine's automatically came up, so I think one.
It doesn't with everyone else, Lynn.
Yes, but
It's an
once-
Apple thing, Lynn. If
Click,
you're
click
Apple
on
phone,
text.
it'll just do it.
Maybe minutes. Sorry,
Sorry.
there's two people speaking at once.
Yeah.
Click.
Click on text
Text.
after you've clicked on annotate.
Yeah.
Then click on the white background, the white screen, and you'll get a text box.
Right.
And then you can type in that text box. Okay?
Mary says hi. Hi, Mary. Let's put.
Uh-huh.
What's on there?
I'll say hi. Now,
Tommy.
we'll probably need to do a wee
Raymond,
training.
hello, thank you. Hello from Hull.
Hiya,
Who's in
Raymond.
Hull?
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Hi there. We don't know where everybody's typing. That's the problem, do
Who's
we?
playing?
Uh,
Who's scribbled something?
Just pop it
Sorry.
up.
Just
Just
wait.
hi from Kate. Good. Can
Hi,
everybody
Kate.
see it though?
Yeah.
Yes, I can see it
Yes.
I think Abby has drawn everybody's pictures.
She's drawn hello in a wee picture. Somebody's obviously clearly used to using the whiteboard. You should have seen my picture.
And that's where the Galilee. Oh,
I
Fiona,
tried
I've got
to
a
do
squiggle.
circles. I tried to do circles. They were all over the place. Is there anybody who doesn't have it or that needs Jane to repeat that? Tracy's got it sorted out. I mean, Kurt, I see
Tracy's
your
got
name.
it.
Amanda, Nigel, see your name coming up.
Yeah.
Yep, you got it. Joe, what were you saying? Sorry to have
I don't
interrupted.
see Amanda Nigel.
The name just came on the screen there.
Did it?
No, what it was, Lynn, you're on an iPhone and we're on an iPad. So it will automatically go straight into the function for us because that's what it does. But
Right, I'm
people
on
on
the
laptops
laptop
or
tonight.
Android,
I'm on the
So,
yeah,
Abby,
laptop.
people on
go
laptops or
down.
Androids will need to
Cancels
look
my
at
screen.
that, like,
Right,
Sorry.
if they're on, well, that might be something
Just take that off the open.
since Joe and
It's like
Abby
box of
both
cards and
understand it.
Yeah.
We'll get a little training put together, just a wee one that will pop into the rhino.
Sorry, can Abby just go back and say what you said again?
All we were saying, Jane, was if you log on an iPad, the annotation stuff comes up straight away. So for me, it was straight away in the bottom, ready to go. But if you're accessing it from a laptop, like you were saying, you've got to go through that little menu option that you showed everybody how to
That's
do.
right.
basically.
I go from I'm on a PC. I
Yeah.
forget it.
Abby,
the
if
reason-
you would be kind enough after the meeting, just to pop that in a message for me, because I didn't really absorb that. But hi
Yeah.
from sunny Essex, just pop in a beach, because I didn't,
That's
it's a
Tracy.
different-
Hello,
what I did
Tracy.
absorb is it's a different from an Android or an iPad or an
Yeah.
iPhone. And so just like the phones with Facebook, we need to
Yeah.
know because, but is everybody on here? Hi, Jeff. Jeff wrote this. You know what it looks like at school? Raymond's got his capital with the iPad going down. It's like at school. I'll just stop share for a moment. So was there anybody here, apart from Fiona, who maybe didn't try it out because you just take it easy? Did everybody manage to get
Fiona said hello.
everybody? I think everybody
Yeah.
did. Think
Yeah.
that'll be useful for like somebody's using the emotions, which I don't use, the reactions. There they are. Thumbs up. I think it'll be useful. There's some people that may come on to our meetings and trainings
Yeah.
and be a bit shy.
Things.
But happy to use the notepad thing. Abby, is she still there?
I am.
She's here.
Hello.
What I've been looking at is I've seen it on YouTube where you can still see the gallery and the notepad is right beside it, the notepad, and it's called Side by Side.
Yeah, that's
I
the
was
one.
on chat all day today, practically to Wix. And I thought if you didn't mind that maybe if you're up to speed on that after the meeting tomorrow. Do you know how to do that?
As in,
Well,
on
I'll show you
Zoom,
what, right, as in, I'm going to share my screen now and do a short presentation.
yeah.
Right, so I'll share my screen and I'm going to use Microsoft to hopefully be able to see the gallery as well as
Yeah.
you guys. That might, but the problem when I use Microsoft, this will take a minute to click in. What we should be able to see in a minute, folks, is the PowerPoint. I'm waiting on a screen opening and you should be able to see each other, but I can't do that with a notepad. I don't know how to do it with a notepad. It's really, you know, when you can all see each
Yeah.
other. I must be on speaker view. Is this loading, gang? Seems to be taking ages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see the PowerPoint now. It'll be, obviously you'll possibly be able to see everybody. Like you say, if you're on speaker view, it'll just show you. And if you change it to gallery view, then you'll be able to see everybody. And that's
right.
the same for each individual person. But if your screen, whoever's screen recording will get their screen. So it depends.
Yeah.
If you're recording, we'll get what you see anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting there, but what I'm trying to do with this.
I was going to say, you're not going to get through the training line if we. do
Oh, well,
that.
it's very short, Jane. Don't worry. It's not, well, I don't think it's long.
I'm more than happy, Lynn. It's half term next week. I'm more than happy to go on Zoom and we'll explore how we can get stuff on Wix. That's absolutely fine.
Fantastic. And what I'm waiting on at the moment, Jane, is for it to do my new trick, but my new trick's not working. So I'm just going to start the PowerPoint. Right. It says Facebook sponsoring there, but I'm not going to cover Facebook sponsoring, but I do want to put a little bit of focus on it because you know, some people don't want to do fish pond, the regular fish pond. Some people love doing fish pond. We're going to have a brainstorm at the end if we have time, how we can get the leads together. But I'm just going to get started and go through the trainings. And I was going to admit, there was another sentence to be this is here. It's not got anything there. I didn't mean to put some things there, but the most important thing about that is preparation. I've had a lot of Zooms with many of you over the last few days, and I've got some more still to come, and I'm enjoying them and looking forward to them. But how do you want to generate your leads? Because there's different ways that people want to generate the leads. That's what I found. I've got people in my team who love doing the cards, the flyers, the shop ads. I love doing all them. Lockdown has sort of controlled that a lot. But if before you decide anything, and some of you will already be set up, so if you are, you know, this is a generic training, but if, for example, you decide that you're going to do them online, and we can brainstorm tonight, there's lots of places and lots of ways that we can send information, or you might decide to do it this way, flyers and cards and customer slips, shop adverts, car stickers, 3-foot rule. People are speaking more. Delivery drivers, because there's loads of deliveries, and look at my shop assistants has got an extra S in it. What a lot of people have been speaking to me about is the capture page. Jane and I we had a Zoom on Monday, I think it was, and that's what we were talking about. And a lot of people are using Wix. Now, Wix, what I've discovered, it is slow, right? I've been told it was my laptop, but Jane agrees, and so does Abby. It is slow, but you only have to build it once, and then you can go and make amendments. So if anybody's looking to get a capture page, because I think if you're doing fish pond activity, especially with the cards and what have you, it's good to send them to a capture page where you can capture the details. Some people like Nigel and Amanda, they like the capture page. It's how we used to do it. And I noticed that they use it on their social media. And Nigel and Amanda have managed to put, and if I'm going to try and get their face, because we'll just talk about it just now. You might not be able to see them, but I'm getting their face so I can see them on their flyers that they printed out themselves. Is where you get them. He knows what I'm talking about with the Zoom. I think it was last night. Was it last night? I'm losing track. With the Zoom. And on his flyers, he's got a barcode. Lift up a wee bit higher, Nigel. Higher. There. Stop. Lower.
The QR code, Lynn.
Stop. There. QR code. Raymond,
Yeah.
you were talking about that. QR code. That's what I'm calling it, barcode. Can everybody see that? There you go. That's what it looks like close up. Now, Raymond was talking about that in our Zoom the other night. He said it'd be good if we could get a QR code. So I went on a Zoom and Nigel and Amanda, and he went, oh, look, we've got a QR code. People just scan that with their camera and it goes straight to their website. How good is that? Thank you. I thought that was excellent.
Yeah.
How good is that? Feedback. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just another wee thing, and it's another.
But that raises a question, of course, is how do you do the QR code to people who?
Yes,
don't know?
that does raise the question. Now Nigel and Amanda, I'm trying to find them again. They're on mute at the minute. Ask to unmute. Yeah, they're on mute. Was it somebody? How did it do? Was it your son? But
yeah, my son did it for us.
but was
But he just said, you just download it. You just go on it.
You Google it.
You Google it,
Okay.
QR code, and you just go through it that way.
free
That's great.
QR code?
That's
That does.
Yeah, free.
It's
I
called a
just-
free QR code converter, it is. But a lot of time, if you're creating like me flyers or tickets online, a lot of time it's coming up. Do you want to convert your website to a QR code? So it's automatically doing it for you now. It's
Now,
just
is that your
it's
printer?
new.
Is that your printer that says, do you want the QR code, or is that where you're printing from? Laptop.
Where you're printing from?
Right, so you can control it on when you're doing printing.
We think so because we've only just found this out. We're trying to figure out how it's working.
Will
But
do.
I think it's all, we're seeing to put a website in it. A lot of programs are saying, do you want to convert it to a QR code? So I think it downloads for you. It's
They
just
do
trial
it
and error at the
for
moment,
you.
but it's a good tool.
It's a
Yes.
great tool.
Good
It's
lad.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, going straight to the website. I mean, it was something,
Yeah.
Raymond, you spoke about that. So we can tick that off of your list. And if we've got time at the end, we'll chat about it more. But really what Nigel and Amanda said to me last night was just to Google it, free QR code. And
Converter.
Converter, Lynn.
free barcode, QR code converter.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, guys. That's
You can
excellent.
also get them.
You're breaking up, Jeff. Yes. Signal must be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's absolutely
Is it just me? Because I'm
You need a
getting-
pair.
everybody's breaking up.
I'm not being funny, Jeff. I think I could sit upstairs and you'd still be able to hear me. At least.
I'm saying nothing about that.
She needs a booster seat.
I
Yeah.
just need a booster seat.
You're wearing your.
Oh, bless her. She's actually doing other work. I know what she's doing. She's
Yeah.
doing other work.
No, do you know what? I'm not
Never
actually. 'Cause I
stops.
managed to sneak an hour off work and I'm developing a migraine, so I'm just listening at the moment.
One's got
It's
cancelled
quite
tonight. That's
peaceful.
why she's here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, but I hope that you're okay. Right,
Have
Jeff,
you got
when you were,
a onesie on?
Jeff, you were talking, it was breaking up. What did you say? Is that okay to ask again?
Okay, so you can get a QR code generator, and that does it. I was talking to, or Joe commented that
Breaking up again?
case, and I I understand that people these days,
I use both. It's a fish pond activity.
Is mine's frozen?
All the time with the kids all the time. I want them. I mean, when I'm using it at school, so I'll say to the kids, like, we'll all get the iPads out and I'll say, right, okay, so what I want you to do is type in this website, and it's like, where's the F? I can't find the L. I've pressed B and I've got a D, and I'm like, oh my God. So now I make it into a QR code and put it on the board, and I just give them an iPad and go, right, go and take a picture of that. And then they're on whatever I need them to be on straight away. It's so much easier. And
Yeah.
I'm just not twigged about using it for advertising. Yeah.
yeah.
Can anybody hear me at all?
Foster.
I'm
No,
about.
Yes.
no, we can't hear you.
Yes, we can.
Oh no, we can't.
Oh, yes,
you
we can.
Sorry, guys. I'll not ask you to repeat that all, but Jeff was breaking up, and then everybody was breaking up, and then I realised I got kicked out. So we'll go on. So some people may want to capture the details. If you're interested in knowing about the web, you're getting your own website. Happy to help anybody to do that. Just have to wait a wee minute till my laptop allows me to go to the next slide, because it always freezes after I've been kicked out. So I'll go back. So that was just a wee example of stuff that you could have on your capture page. You know, would an extra £300 to £500 every 4 weeks help with those bills? A very old one. There's a bit there with the company Viva MK. You may want a link to the products. That might be where we could link the products, Nigel and Amanda, just there,
Yeah.
because we're making changes.
Brilliant.
That would be, yeah, I just seen that. But I like a capture page, but I don't actually use it because, and I'll explain that why as I do my training as often. Probably because I don't do as much paper activities, but also because I try to get as much out of them. If I'm all right, I'll explain. I'll speak to them first. If it's a flyer, they're going straight to your information. Sorry, Lynn. Right. Because it's so Facebook, why do we love Facebook? Right, because it's there and you're on it, and so are millions of other users. That's the important part. You don't have to plan, and I mean I'm saying in this one here, the same way as your physical activities, like i.e. you've not got flyers to get ready, cars to get ready, how many am I doing, how much am I doing, but you still have to plan it. But in this training, I was just trying to get people to just get into the habit and pop up a post. But it is literally anytime, any place, anywhere, signal permitting, which mine doesn't seem to permit tonight. But if you're not already sold on Facebook, and if you are, I apologise. I know all of you are using it, and I know most of the people on tonight are using it and see this, but it is a massive opportunity, not just for selling, but it's in there but to spread the network name, get the Viva MK network name, get the word out there, as well as prospecting for people who may be interested in a second income. And I'll maybe get Louise at the end, because Louise has had a few sign-ups that have come just from, because she's put the name out there, people come and talk to her. But it's important, as I say at the bottom there, to learn how Facebook works, to avoid any Facebook bans or restrictions. And the reason I said works in that tone is, as we know, Louise and I were just chatting about it, and Jane and I were chatting about it. The old Facebook algorithm changes all the time, and at the moment we've no idea what it's doing. So many opportunities. I'm just going to go over this quickly because, you know, if we don't have time to have a brainstorm tonight, we will be having one. But there's many ways to promote your business, your cover, your wall and your cover photos, Facebook stories, opportunity videos, short. I've asked Kevin and Lisa if they can help there. Product posts and videos. I've said the stories twice. I apologize. You're buying sell groups. There is job groups out there, which I'm got an app for that. That'll come into the one of the trainings. The marketplace, not so easy to promote the business opportunity on the marketplace. However, if you are promoting products and you've got your online shop out there, it's still getting the name out there, and you can sneak. What I do is I sneak onto my product a little text box saying work from home or income opportunity. I put it in a product post in the product. Does that make sense? So it's sneakily getting in there. Facebook events and parties, not going to go into that tonight, but there's great trainings on that. Your customers, all your customers, whether it's Facebook, whether it's your catalog customers, I always use that line. I hope you don't mind me asking, or use one of your own, preferably. This is the way that I do it. I hope you don't mind me asking. Business is going really well and I'm looking to expand. I don't suppose you know anyone who'd be interested in a part-time work from home business. Now that's the longer version. That's the longer version. It might be, oh, before I go, I hope you don't mind me asking, but I don't know if you know anybody that's looking for like a part-time business or some extra money. I'm looking to expand at the moment. It's going really well and I need people for all different areas. So as you can see, I wasn't reading that. That is kind of is the long version I do. Didn't realize I did the long version when I spoke to people. But I hope you don't mind me asking. I always like to do it third party approach. I hate to say, oh, are you looking for a business or are you looking for an income? I hate to do that. And I know that most of you are the same. It's what we call the third party approach. I hope you don't mind me asking. Right, so Facebook, some people when they're doing sponsoring, and I know Kate uses this one a lot, and it doesn't matter whether it's coming from flyers, business cards, shop ads, online, or her WhatsApp. A lot of people will be on Facebook, and that scanning code to a captured page has also made that more attractive. That if you use a sponsoring group, I would say it would be solely for your Facebook leads. It's somewhere safe that you can send your new prospects to, and you know, just if you don't mind me asking, because it's not a big audience, apart from Kate, is there anybody else got a sponsoring group and using it? Got one first and then got one and using it?
Got one, but
Right, wait a minute.
I've got one, not using it.
Thanks, Jeff. Anybody else want?
I've got one, but not using it.
Right, thanks. Whose
Oh,
voice was
one.
that?
We had one with Clean Easy, but that got scrapped. We need to either
Update it.
Yeah,
update it or
basically.
start again.
Yeah, was that, as I heard somebody whose voice I didn't recognise, might
Yeah.
be Kurt.
We've got one. I'm just starting to use it and add people.
Right, brilliant.
I come across it and I thought, oh, I forgot about this, but I'm adding stuff on it now.
Aye. It's great for
Yeah.
Facebook. And then, I mean, the thing is, the reason that we do the online shop with the products and we do a closed group is because we want to capture them. So the good thing I like about this is if you send them to a Facebook sponsoring group, if they join, then, you know, I'll go through this here, but I'm just ad-libbing here. If they join your group, then you have got them captured. And it's a bit like, you know, the big advertising where you could send something positive, but it covers all the personality types. It covers the digital, the visual, the keynotes, and the audible if you put videos on. Need videos on for the audible. but it's somewhere safe you can send your new prospects to look at the business. Once you've done that big job of getting it going, it's simple and easy to set up and maintain. It's not a big job to get it going, but it's putting, you don't want to pick, if you're just starting it, you want to get some information, maybe a video, maybe something about the products. It's building an online prospect list. You're personalizing your business and building a rapport. You can promote the products, opportunity, and the success, stories, etc. You can communicate with everybody all at once, and keep them up to date with everything. Viva MK put lots of good posts up about HQ, the warehouse, a success story that you've heard. Capture, I said that again, massive, but people don't always join when they see the opportunity the first time. You know, how many people have seen the opportunity a few times before they join? They call it the seven exposure thing. I can't remember the word. Somebody will maybe jump in. Jane, yes?
Sorry, just when you were talking about the sponsoring page or group,
Yep.
the other thing is if someone comes in and joins Viva through that, then they would go on to duplicate that too. So it's a good
Yeah.
way of starting them on the sponsoring trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jane. That, I like the raise the hand thing, by the way. Does everybody know how to do that?
Yep.
I can't.
It's
Yeah, that was funny.
It's
Raymond.
on your reaction.
That's why
Yeah.
I know you're asking a question,
Raise a
Raymond, but
hand
we
at the
laughed
bottom.
because you raised your hand and we were talking about the little caption.
Yeah, no, I thought that's the way to do it.
It
I
is
thought
you.
that's like-
It is on an iPad.
Because some gadgets you won't have it, but that is a great point. But it's a 7-something exposure. It's, you know, it's common in our business. People don't join the first time. People have busy lives. Sometimes they'll say, "Oh, I looked at that before." If you're lucky, they might say that. So sometimes it is about getting people at the right time, and this is why we used to build email, you know, email contact banks and big advertising and things like that. But I love it. Kate loves it. She probably won't have time to talk about it tonight. But if there's enough interest, we can cover it on a training. Do you know what I mean? If people want a sponsoring group and want to know for Kate's putting in, then just please ask. But if you were teaching somebody, or you've got if you're putting a sponsoring group up at first, you may invite your friends and family first. That's what we would teach a new person. And you know yourselves why we're teaching a new person to do it that way, because that's the prospect list. The friends and family are, you know, the prospect list, and we don't go in that old-fashioned prospect list hammering your prospects. Everything's nice and relaxed, and there's a wee example there. I've missed a bit out there. I was in the middle editing. Going to blame April, my granddaughter, for messaging me. I wonder if any, right, so this is kind of your generic one that I use, and again, use your own words if you're teaching your team, or you may have words that you're comfortable with. But hi, I've just recently started my own work from home business and it's going really well. I wonder if you would know anybody who would be interested in a part-time work from home income. I've added you to my Viva MK income group. Can you have a look around? Now, a little tip I got years ago, don't remember who it was from, but it's when prospecting, the name escapes me, but it might be a book I read, but when prospecting your friends and family, and even if you're not new to it, if you're putting your friends and family into this group, for example, a good question to ask is, I wondered if you could go and have a look around and tell me what you think of my group, and, you know, come back and give me feedback type of thing, because people do like to tell you what they think. And we've used that trick lots of us. If you know anyone or if you are interested, I've went a wee bit for a hard close there, please let me know. Or you can add them to the group. Thanks very much. Speak soon. Stay safe, Lynn. Clearly, if it's somebody you know, you might have a bit of other conversation in there. Speak to your customers, even the ones that don't buy on Facebook. If people are buying from you, you don't have to do this, by the way. This is just some ideas. If you're comfortable, do it. If you're not, don't. I'm very comfortable doing it because, you know, I don't really get a bad response from it. You get a good response. So this is my example. Hi, Sarah. Thanks very much for your order. Your business means a lot to you, a lot to me, blah, blah. I hope you don't mind me asking. My business is going really well and I'm looking to expand. I don't suppose you know anyone who would be interested in a part-time work from home opportunity. You can see my script very rarely changes. I don't suppose you would know anybody. And if they're interested, they'll say, what is it like? We've all had that, or yes, or give me more information. I'm not going to go into that in detail. Advertising on Facebook for free because I want to make sure we don't go too over. But, you know, there's lots of places you can post in your product group. Always post in your product group occasionally. Lifestyle posts on your wall. Some of you are doing that very successfully. Louise gets people from that. And I know that Nigel and Amanda get leads as well. But we'll have conversions, but leads and sponsors come from just the odd advert on your wall. We all know to follow the Facebook guidelines. Buy and sell groups quite often allow sponsoring adverts. And I prefer them to jobs or network or, you know, the income groups. They're just flooded. Whereas you pop occasional little advert into a buy and sell group that you use often. If you want to know if the buy and sell group allows adverts, you can just go in and search. Jane's came up with income. You can search income. And search for videos, because some buy and sell groups allow videos for you prospecting your business. Post on a job in the business groups, let people know every opportunity you're looking for people. Just basically, we make it a mantra when we're speaking to people. I don't suppose you know someone. I don't suppose you know anybody. My business is going really well. I'm looking for people. I don't suppose you know anybody. So we mantra, I'll probably end up saying that in my sleep. Now, 4 messages. This is the way I do it on Facebook. And this was last updated at the end of September last year. So there might be some slight changes to add because I change things all the time, just not all the time, but things get tweaked, as you know. So I have 4 messages on Facebook, and the first one might be, can I have some more information? What's it all about? Or if you've got, just ask for next step, they might say next step. But I put conversation about them, etc. And this is the important part, and I'm checking my time. This is the important part, is the conversation. You know, you can bring in a lot of people, but they can do nothing. If we can get it right at this first part, this first conversation, if you can take it to a phone call, and you prefer phone call, take it to a phone caller if they let you. But most people who respond through Facebook and online will want to talk online. That's what I've found. But the conversation is the most important part. So I would say thanks for responding to my advert, and I can see changes already. I can see changes already. But I have set up a Facebook group which explains the opportunity. I'll send you an invite for the group. And I put the name of the group. It's Income, Viva MK Income Opportunity is mine. Here you will find a short opportunity video and lots of information which explains how it all works. At the moment, I'm using the short opportunity video with the wellies, right? But I don't have the technology to do an opportunity video, but it still works. And Kate uses the Angela Griffith one. But when you join their leaders meetings, you'll find that it's kind of top of the list. I would really like to put top of the list our own opportunity video with our team in it and circles, just a short one. And maybe a long one, maybe a few minutes to grasp, and maybe a longer one with more information. So, and I'm diverse and online, mainly on Facebook, is a new way of promoting, and that was how I sell it to people. Facebook is a new way of promoting our fantastic range of products. If you would like to join or you would like more information, please reply with the next step. Now that's if you're using a sponsoring group, and I'm going to just say what I use first is actually my online shop, which is probably why you've seen I was a bit rusty going through that, because what I do is I actually say, if they ask a bit more about it, I say, get them to look at the products. If it did a survey, Clean Easy or Viva MK, I'm pretty sure high up on the list of people who joined would be our product range, the versatility or whatever. It's why I joined, and it's why I continue to only do Viva MK. But I'll show them the products, but I might pop in there, here's where, here's where you can see the information. Are you working at the moment? Then they'll come back, and one person said, yes, I'm at my work just now, because they thought I meant, are you working right now? So they took it as that. But are you working at the moment? And then they might come back and say, well, I'm not, or lockdown, and come back. And that'll give you the opportunity on that first messenger thread to chat to them, talk to people. The information's great, but facts tell, stories sell, all of that. Talk to them, let them talk. What are they looking for? As much as you can do. But even if you just send them to the shop and you practice that later, or your group, your sponsoring group, you will get better at that in time. I just always think I have to strike up a conversation. No, here's the information, and then, you've not looked at the information, so what's next? If they don't join the group, then you can send them the information via Messenger or WhatsApp, just a link to your video, really, your opportunity video, which that is why it's high in the list, because we want, at that point, if you've got their details, then you can send them as much information as you want. Always make sure you've got your information. With WhatsApp and Messenger, you've got more freedom and scope in what you could send them if it was text anyway. So message, how to, now there's two ways that you'll get an answer here. If I don't hear from them, which is common, hi, now that you've had the look, if they're in the group, now that you've had the chance to look around the Viva MK Income Opportunity Group, have you watched the video? Have you any questions? Two possible answers. Yes, I have watched it. And then you have to go back and say, do you have any questions? No. They're in the wrong order there. Would you like to get started? You're not going to ask somebody who says they've not watched it, would you like to get started? That's in the wrong order. I don't know what's happened there. But if they say no, this is what they use. No, I've not had time to watch it. Just ignore that line there. I don't know what's happened there. That's not a problem. My screen, I'm really sorry, but my screen, your lovely bonny faces are blocking my screen, and I'm having to move it around. Right, so I'll start again. If yes, they've watched it, do you have any questions? No, they haven't watched it. That should read, when would you be able to watch it? And I'll give you a wee message back. I don't know how would you like to start. It got in there and it threw me. No, not had time to watch it. That's not a problem. Basically, we are and I'll explain a little bit about the business at that point. If they're not watching it, they're probably not going to watch it. Does that interest you? Send the wee link to your product group. Not interested, it's really important. That's no problem. They're in the group, remember. Do you mind me asking what put you off? They'll tell you. You might try a little bit of feel, felt, found, which I won't go into in detail tonight, but always finish on a good note, letting them know if they change their mind or they know anyone who may be interested, you know, put them into the group, but contact me and let me know. If they say yes, I've watched it, and if they've not got any questions, they may have questions, you'll answer them. And so if they've got questions, you can send them. I don't know what's happened to this slide, by the way, because it's all over the place. Right, I'm just going to the next. I don't know what's happened to that slide. It should be, if they have questions, have a chat with them, answer them their questions. You may want to send them the link to show them the products. And if everything goes well, you can send them the link to get started. You may want to still try and give them a call. I'm really sorry, I don't know what I think there's bits missing here, and that's when you copy and paste it. So if they have got questions and they're interested, you want to send them the link, of course. If you can get a conversation going with them on the phone, even better, as you know. No response, very common. All I do in my third message is here is how I sell some of my products. That's if I haven't shown them my product group. At that point, I also use Facebook Marketplace. It can all be done from your phone. I'm pretty sure you will love the products. Something along these lines that can trigger a response. And this one can trigger the biggest response, believe it or not, if they're ignoring you. And it's just the only part that's important is because I'm kind of letting them go, I'm saying thanks for showing an interest. If you consider this in the future, please message me or contact me through my Facebook group, VVMK Income Opportunity. If you know anyone who may be interested, please point them in my direction. It's a genuine ground floor opportunity. Hundreds of people are earning anything from £300 to £1,000 a month part-time. Full-time team members are earning much more. Kind regards, Lynn. And if they've been blanking me, the reason I get more responses for that is because I've said, I'm letting it go. I'm telling them if you're interested in the future, bye-bye, come back to me. And they'll come back and, oh, I'm really sorry, I've just not had time and stuff like that. Consistency is the key. You don't have to be clever, brilliant, or brilliant with technology, which I've proven. Great free video makers are out there, Viva Video, so you could make your own short opportunity video if you wanted to. And just what Jim Rohn says, just be consistent, willing to learn and grow, and success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines. And I will say the rest of the quote, practice daily, accumulated over a period of time. Stop share. Right, that was a lot in that. I thought it wasn't as much, and I'm actually, what happened there with the slides is I'm copying and pasting and shortening, and something happened with my slides, so I do sincerely apologize about that. And I hope I've not lost anybody. But we've got we might know 5 minutes. We've got 2 minutes left. But has anybody got any questions on the sponsoring side yet? Who uses a capture page? Who uses a sponsoring group? Or who uses both? You're on mute, some of you. No? You're on mute. Kate, you use both?
I use a sponsoring group. In Clean Easy Days, I did have a capture page and I did get lots of leads through it, which is dormant at the moment, but I might open that up again. That's actually a catalogue one but I think you and I are going to have a conversation.
We are.
Are we, yeah, the next
When
day
we
or so,
see each other,
hopefully. I really like the idea of the QR code as well.
yeah.
Which is fantastic. So, and I know that Louise was showing me
Oh,
something something the other day that she's doing, and she's got a WhatsApp button on one of her sites or pages as well, which is brilliant too, because that's people like ways of communicating that us oldies maybe don't relate to as much.
Yeah.
And I think that's what, there are some people that would always phone me instead of texting me or messaging me, and it's just the way some people work. And I always message somebody or text them first to see if they're available for a phone call before I just lift the phone and phone them. Because most people, if they're not expecting a call from you now, they won't automatically answer the phone. So I think we have to give people the chance to communicate with you in their way.
That's right.
I think
Right.
everybody's different.
I so agree with Nigel. You raised your hand. Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask people's advice on here, what they think about opening a WhatsApp group, an open WhatsApp group, because if, see, Mandy works for Herms, and they go an open WhatsApp group, and if anybody's got a problem, they put there, people answer them, and they go rounds, or if the manager wants rounds covered, they say, can anybody cover this round? They all get back. Well, I thought with the Rhino group, having an open group, if someone's got a, so like, I want some flyers made, but I know it's a German company which does them cheap. And someone might say, yeah, I know that. And they send me the website on the link, and I click on it and go straight to it. And other people see it and think, oh, that's a good idea. And it goes on from there. Plus, when it comes to meetings and you want a topic, you can actually write on there and say, has anyone any ideas for topics? And people come back with ideas and think, right, we talk about this. And it talks to everybody and everybody can communicate. It's like an open meeting all the time.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I understand, and I know what you're talking about, because I've got a Hindu group.
Yeah.
For a wedding, but the only thing I would say is some people don't like being part of group chats. We can do a broadcast with WhatsApp where we're messaging them, but they don't see everybody's conversation. But my mind is fully open to it. Do you know what I mean? To give it a go with your own team, or if you fancy giving it a go with your own team, when we have a team, then we grow as we grow our business. With us as leaders, if I hadn't just launched the Facebook group, the Project Premier group, I would be saying that is a good idea. I see your hand, Jane. Or is it up for the last time? I'd kind of like these ideas to be shared in our leaders group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody agree?
Used to have a WhatsApp group with Avon for their local area, and if somebody wanted to know something, you just ask the question, and straight away somebody would answer it, give them the right answer. So I think it would be a good idea.
Right. I mean, let's just debate it. I think it is a good idea. But I'm one of the ones that don't like being part of a group. I'm just saying that. But I've not used it for business. My only concern with groups, and if we've got people, we might as well do the pros and cons. My only concern with a big group is it could end up with good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Here's my picnic. Here's a traffic jam. Could be negative. If it was purely for questions and answers and sharing things, we'd need to be really strong on the rules.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well,
All right, it does end up being a free for all otherwise.
Go, Jane, go.
Jane's waving.
Go.
Oh,
I decided to do a Raymond because my raised hand was doing nothing.
But I was silent.
Thank you, Raymond.
I'm silent. I see you.
Why don't we use the A-Team Rhino group? What's wrong with that too?
And the A-Team as well.
Because there'll be lots of people that, for whatever reason, aren't on your leaders.
Oh yes,
group.
I agree.
They aren't on the leaders group, but that's not to say that they're not quietly building or starting to.
Yes,
So,
I 100% agree with that.
So we should always be inclusive, never exclusive.
Well, to be honest with you, Jane, I was actually, and I'm not just saying this, I was actually going to say that into the Rhino group,
Oh, I've said it before.
but I'm pleased that, no, and I'm
I'm
glad
joking,
because I'm
man.
pleased that
I'm
you said
joking.
it rather than me.
But
Because
I was thinking back to the WhatsApp group when was it the Advocates started?
what was a
when
messenger
Michael
group?
No, that was a messenger
my
group, and it was
God.
It's the same theory. It's the same
Oh,
theory.
that was a
Yeah.
nightmare.
it was
And a
it was
lot
full
of
of
them were relevant questions.
it was full of people.
But I
full of people
remember,
saying
I remember answering a
I've got a
question
hospital
on
appointment. And all
there,
this.
and I saw this reply coming up. Well, I don't know who she is. I'm not friends with her. I thought, well, so what, lady? Who would care? But you know, it's so the A-Team Rhino would save us from setting anything else up. And maybe if that doesn't work quickly or effectively enough, then maybe it's then time to say, well, you know,
Ah.
let's get that WhatsApp group together. It's just a thought.
It's
I mean, this is go on, Abby.
I was just going to say one of the pros of a WhatsApp group over Messenger, because I'm in loads with work, but obviously because I'm not always in work, they're not always relevant. So it's like you say, I get the photocopy is broken, this is happening, it's wet play, all that, and I'm not even in school. So I have it muted permanently, so you can have an option of muting it always. So what happens is the notifications will build up, but they're not pinging on my phone all the time. So when I go into WhatsApp, I can open the conversation and catch up, but it's not, my phone's not tinging all day, every day, which might be, if we did start it, that could be a way of getting around it for people.
I mean,
who
I
are-
think that's
Do that with messenger groups as well, though. You can mute
that's
them.
right.
You can mute them for 8 hours or 1 hour or
That's right. I think
until I tell it to unmute. There's various options.
yeah, that's true. I think I did mute some of them, and I didn't mean that badly, because anybody that knows a group that I am in, they know that I'm reading the messages. Right, Nigel, seems to be a few people like that idea. I mean, this is what I'm hoping to gain. Go on.
On Messenger, does it give the option to add a website to it?
Oh, I don't know.
Add a website. How do you mean add a website?
Like I said, if I need business cards, somebody can Google business cards and drop the website onto WhatsApp, and you click on it, and it takes you straight to the website. Does Messenger do the same?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the same.
Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't actually meaning we should use Messenger. I thought we would use the A-Team Rhino Facebook group that we already had. Did I?
No, I agree. You know, we went back to the WhatsApp though, because
right,
we went full
okay,
circle.
okay.
I agree that I would love people to share anything they want into the A-Team, you know, just share everything. That ultimately is where we want things to go. If we're sharing it in the leaders, then, you know, that's daft not, we share it with our team first, obviously. But we can, I mean, I think that'll be one I'd have to take a vote on, but what I would say, just set them up and try it if you've got your team within your team, see how it goes, but make the rules of, if you want to use that medium, make the rules that, hey guys, it's not for the weather, it's not, and I love you to bits, but it's not for good morning, good night, here's a bit cake I just ate. It is for the business. Does that make sense? It's just
Yeah.
for business.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause that's the way
Brainstorming.
the main Viva MK group works, doesn't it? If people have questions about what's going on, obviously they approve posts. If anything's getting stupid question, I'm assuming they don't approve the post. But you know, the HQ will approve a post, and people will go on there and help whoever with the question they've asked, won't they?
That's right.
That's back into the group again, rather
Yeah,
than being in a
yeah,
group chat.
Yeah.
And then the
not
thread's
saying
there for everybody else in the group to
WhatsApp or-
see.
That's what I thought, Kate. But, you know, even if somebody was just dipping their toe in the water, then that would be an encouragement of them. And, you know, really, that's what we want, because the more people, and that's not very good English, but the more people that bring in non-clean easy people and get them to network and work the business. That's where the credibility will come from.
Mhm.
We get turnover because we were clean easy people,
Mm.
but how we'll grow is non-clean easy.
That's right,
people.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Viva
And
people.
that's where we have to,
Yeah.
that's where we have to get it from.
I agree with that, by the way. So when something that I would say that just mentioning that WhatsApp now just made us realize, I guess, that maybe we could be using the groups more, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
putting more stuff in there. You probably hear me saying quite often on the Zooms, could you put that into the group? I say it all the time to all of you, could you put that in the group? Oh, could you put that in the group? And Jane, Joanne, everybody said that they put it into the group and use Rhino group. And I'm not saying WhatsApp's not a good idea. I'm not ruling that out at all. It's got pros and cons, but at the end of the day, what happens is the thing about this business is it's individual. You can do it the way that you want to do it, and they all work. And that's why I don't want to write off something just, and I've got a habit of doing this, by the way, so I'm stopping doing it. Just saying this public, so I put myself accountable. I have got a habit of going, no, I'm not sure about that. And then I think about it, and then I come back. So I'm stopping doing the no. Oh no, I hate WhatsApp chats because I was in the bridesmaids one, do you know what I mean? I love them to bits, I love them, they're all my friends.
I
But
think
it's like-
they're a
that's-
very good tool, Messenger or WhatsApp groups are a very good tool. I mean, I'm in one for the cleaning agency I work for on a daily basis, you know, where we're always to and fro trying to sort out somebody's off sick, can you cover this, can you that, etc., etc. For the whole of the Rhino group, that's too much, I think. It would just run away out of control.
It would,
But there's
you're right.
absolutely no problems with like specific groups like us supporting each other in a group like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is, like, I did consider it for our leaders group. So I have been weighing it up. It wasn't a WhatsApp, it was Messenger, Nigel, which works,
either.
it works just the same.
Yeah.
It's like it's similar, but because WhatsApp is coming in from a different medium, it's, you know, it attracts a different person. And I do now check my WhatsApp. And it was April, my granddaughter, on WhatsApp that made me late for my meeting thing. So we'll investigate all of them and see. I mean, if not all the leaders are on tonight, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 20 people, I think, in our leaders group. There's a couple who might just be silent and are just looking on. There's a few that just might be silent and just looking on. But most of you I've spoken to in Zooms, or I'm going to be speaking to you in Zooms. There's lots of, I mean, 20 leaders, guys. 20 leaders. That's, I keep thinking of that Ali Johnson story. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to post something about that into our group. But 20 leaders, and even that in a group's a lot, right? So what I will do is I will take a vote. I'm not have taken the votes fair because there's 9 and there's another 11 not on. But just take a vote to see what you think about me just giving it a try, start a leaders messenger group with the people who are invited, you know, personally invited by you or your sponsor may have invited you on. If you're in a team, that'll be your sponsor that invited you, but with my blessing, so you know, and I want you there. We'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. I know the pros, I know the cons, I know why Jane put it on mute with the advocates, and I know why I put the advocates on mute, and just would go back and read what I wanted to read. But it is a good idea, right? So just so you know the cons are that it can overtake your life, because some people just want to chat all day in that group, and we are working our businesses. So what I will do when I set up is make it clear that it's the best ball in the world. I love you all, but it's not for chit chat. It is for something that a question that somebody else might answer or something will take the business forward. Do you feel that's okay to do it
Yeah.
that way?
Yes.
Yeah, not for
Yeah.
social media.
It's not for socializing,
No,
it's for the business
Brainstorming.
Yeah.
brainstorming. Right, Nigel, we'll go with that, but we'll try Messenger first, okay? Because it's pretty similar. Anybody else?
plus, Lynn, also with the thing with WhatsApp, it exposes people's contact numbers. You can see people's contact numbers where some people may
That's
not be
true.
with their number being out there, whereas you've just got your Facebook profile on Messenger, which most people have anyway, won't they? So
On WhatsApp, you can hide people's numbers. You can make them invisible if you want to.
yeah, but a lot of people don't know how to do it now. That's the
No.
problem.
We don't either, but you can be done. That'd be another brainstorm. Who can do it?
Challenge 1.
What was that? What did you say, Abby?
I said challenge number 1.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
people
for Abby,
like
that
if
is
you
a
give
subject.
emojis instead of the number, it brings up a little emoji or an emoji or something like that. But again, that's another thing that needs to be learnt, and I don't know how to do it.
Question, just to the 9 people that's on tonight. Excuse me, I'm trying not to cough. Please stay away, cough. Question. Do you think we should go for Messenger or WhatsApp?
As long as either of them can be muted, because we're all busy.
They
And,
can both
and,
be
and at the
muted.
same, yeah, and at the same token, there's also people that would think of a question at 3 a.m. and WhatsApp it to everybody.
Well, it does
But
bring
while
live-
we're talking about 3 a.m. there, Kate, my boss at the agency, she's had to sack a girl this morning for various reasons. But at 3 o'clock this morning, this girl was sending her pictures of her stuck in a shed because she'd had a row with a boyfriend. He'd thrown her out, so she'd taken refuge in the garden shed. And she's like, I don't think I can come to work tomorrow because I'm in the shed. And like, who needs to know that at 3 a.m. anyway? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's hilarious because that's probably comes out as the best excuse anybody's ever made to get
I
off
know it
work.
does.
I think that's more likely to go to social services or domestic abuse.
I see you, Nigel.
Sometimes.
Go on, Nigel.
Well,
Sorry, Jane. Sorry.
Nigel, can I get in? Just
No,
Let Jane have a go.
we
Let
got
Jane have
no
a
squeeze in
go.
between, Lynn.
I'm older than you, Nigel.
Stop fighting, you two.
Carry on then.
No, what I was going to say was, Lynn was saying, could you put that on the A-Team Rhino group? And she does say that, but we should all have our own team groups, even if there's only us in our team. And the
Good point.
first thing we should do is get our team to put it on our group as well as, because we are leaders. We want our business to grow. In
Yes.
doing so, Lynn's business will grow.
Yeah.
But
And
so,
my team is
be
here.
parochial and put it on your own group first.
I agree 100%.
I know you
100%.
do. I know.
And I know you know I do. Nigel, in case I forget, because you were waving your wee hand, and
Oh.
I'm excited because since I've started to talk less, Nigel actually does talk more. because
When I
he
get
gets-
you
he
at net
gets
ways.
he gets his tongue in edgeways.
Thank
It's
God.
short, Nigel.
I can't get them. Oh.
Nigel, you were waving.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh yeah. It's for Kate about notifications from social media, like your phone going ping on your phone with the volume. If you click on it, you can actually turn down all notifications so they don't go ping.
Well, my
Like
phone
with
my
WhatsApp.
phone does go on silent between 11 at night and 7 in the
Oh,
morning.
there you go.
So if I'm sitting with it, I'm getting them, but they're not making a noise.
Yeah, but
But,
like
Yeah.
but in theory, what I mean is, you know, if people are looking for an immediate response,
They're not going to get it.
they might not get it. They might not
No.
get it. So
Which won't be a problem in a leaders group like us. But if you're setting it up for your
Yeah.
team that are new and what have you, I guess I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it because you know, we have to suck it and see. Is
We
what-
might as well try it. Yeah, sure.
That's
know,
what's
and
about
it's-
If
WhatsApp.
there's someone that doesn't like it, they'll come out of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
And
it.
if it's a if it's going to be a leaders group, everybody trusts each other. You know, even if
Yes. Yeah.
we've got access to each other's phone numbers and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know, we'd soon find out who we can trust and who we
Yeah.
can't.
But-
So
If it's done, so we're trying the WhatsApp because we've done Messenger and we all know that the chat and mess, and most of us do. And like Nigel and Amanda, it's just the same, but it's on Facebook. That's it, and it's just a
Yeah.
group. But there's differences to WhatsApp that I'm not going to go into detail now because we're over our time that we normally allocate. But I want to try because I don't want to really say no to anything. You know, we've got to try everything.
Okay, so somebody will put it on. Joe, see that person? She's not going to say no to him. So see that person that put the photograph of the shed? Get her to send it to our messenger group. Joke.
She's
I'm
sacked.
joking.
She had to sack her this morning because she'd cocked all the keys up, this girl. She decided to relabel and refob all the keys for the customers and then couldn't get into a customer this morning, couldn't understand why, because she'd swapped all the bloody keys round the selling room everywhere. It's just
That's not even the long and short of it. That's like tip of the iceberg.
Oh my God.
she's a nightmare, this particular, but she's gone now anyway. She's gone. And
Oh,
it's
poor
nothing to do
woman,
with
sacking her.
Just-
Sacking
No,
her
it was
when
just
she's in the
Mate,
shed.
it was just 3 o'clock this morning. I'm in a shed. I'm like, what?
Can I, Joe, can I add to that? Is she out to work now?
yeah, so looking for an
Listen,
income.
mate,
You need to
no,
recruit her now.
no, I do not. Trust me.
What? So she can put all the catalogues out and forget where she put them all out, and then not go back for any of them.
Yes,
That
there's
sounds like
something-
me, that does.
And in all honesty, there's something wrong. There is something wrong.
bless
Learning
her.
difficulties or something because, and Kate, my boss, Kate, with the day job, has tried her damnedest for this girl, and it's just gets worse by the day. And she can't even clean a house without people complaining either. It's just a nightmare. So no, not going there.
Like, guys, I'm going to have to love you and leave you. I'll speak to you later.
I'm going to be leaving soon as well. But
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
You know,
Thank you.
go-
I
Joe,
want to
Bye.
just quickly ask Jeff, is he gone? Is he back? I know
Yeah.
he's there. He's there. He jumped up there. I know she got kicked out there. We were talking about trying to see how we get on with a WhatsApp group for the leaders.
Yeah, I was listening, but my camera wouldn't restart.
I know
so-
you got.
I've got the same
So
thing.
I went out and came back in because the camera wouldn't restart. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes we get loads and loads of messages in the Sparkle team.
Yeah.
They go off on one, but yeah, you can soon turn the notification off. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It would be good to get if we just have information and don't go social. There are some people who go crazy on social stuff, and yeah, I'm not really interested in what people at Cats are eating.
No.
I-
No, with you, Jeff.
but yeah, I think it's a good idea, and we could get information like, is it better to have a website or a phone number on your adverts? Which
just
people
to-
are getting
exactly.
the best.
Or even what site did you find a decent QR code on?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, if one person searches and it saves another 20 people doing it, then
Absolutely.
You drop a
Yeah.
WhatsApp.
yeah.
I see your hand,
can I-
Nigel.
Yeah, can I answer a question to Jeff about my phone number and website? What I tend to do, if I'm advertising Viva MK, I put my mobile number in and I say text info.
Right.
But if I'm
Yeah.
advertising earn extra income, I put my website on it, and obviously QR code. So when I'm somewhere flying or shopping, I can use 2 flyers. So I'm there advertising twice, 2 different things. So I can get more leads that way. And we do get info come through when I'm using, don't I?
Yeah.
So that's why I use mobile number and a website.
Okay,
You're there
can you go
twice.
through that again?
Right.
What do you use info for? Text info. What do you use
Right.
that on?
My
Flyers.
phone number, my mobile phone number goes on flyers advertising Viva MK catalogue
Oh,
description.
right,
And what I do, I put on it text info to this
Right.
number. Then we get info, then Mandy either phones them, well, you mainly
Yeah,
phone,
yeah.
don't you? Or send information. And anything with my website on is earn extra income. So if I'm somewhere flyering, I can use
Yeah,
two flyers.
okay.
So I'm getting lots of people.
Ah,
there,
that's
so I use it.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm flying twice.
Yeah, so if you're advertising the catalogue with Viva MK,
Yeah.
you use info, right?
The phone number. And this where WhatsApp could come into because I could answer this and put flyers on this what I do. And everybody can see it and use it.
But if you're using a blind ad, you put your website.
That's it, yeah.
Okay,
And I
thank
can
you.
see the
Right,
information.
right, that makes sense. That's good. That's good, Nigel. Hiya, Patch. Jane's showing off Patch, the latest member of our team. Look, she's in love. Jane's in love. She,
Oh, this is Patch.
Oh,
He's beautiful.
how old is he now, Jane? He's not that old, by
I
the
think
way.
he's about 15 weeks, maybe.
Well, look,
He's
there's his
big.
daddy coming in for a wee look.
Thank you,
Hiya,
Siobhan.
Jim.
Hey,
Oh,
We're running late tonight.
I'm babysitting.
I'll babysit. Jim's coming in to look for the dog. It's like a toy. If Jane's got the dog, Jim comes to look for Patch. Come on, Patch, give him back to me. Listen, that's been a good big brainstorm there. I will try the. He's a bit bigger than Minnie and Cookie. That's the only problem. Look,
Yeah.
they're
Least a
carrying
ton.
him out like a baby.
He's a ton of
Eh?
I know he weighs a ton. You're carrying him about like a baby.
I know.
Is that
He's-
it?
He's
And
just, he's just over 11 kilos.
Bloody
Oh,
hell.
it's gorgeous. Hiya, Jim.
He's a big fellow.
Oh, he's beautiful.
He's a big fellow.
You can tell Jane's in love, folks. Look at her.
I know she's not looked at me if we were going to work.
He doesn't give me as much hassle. Well, that's not straight.
Well, that's not true.
No,
At
that's
the
not
moment.
true.
At the moment.
That's not true.
Right, I'll take him
Oh,
back.
right, we'll be finishing shortly. I'm just ready to finish up. I thought that was a good wee brainstorm. I will start the WhatsApp group, right?
Jim said, see you later. Bye.
Oh, is that you? No, Jim. Right. I thought that was just saying shit to us. James, see you later. Bye. We will start the WhatsApp group. I think it is, but the only thing I'm wary of, and this I'll say this before I go, like what Jane is saying, I would like these, and Kate mentioned it as well. I would like stuff like that in the A-Team Rhino group. You know, people interacting like that and asking questions and sharing. And same with the, especially with our leaders group, stuff about the leadership that we're sharing and the ideas that we're all sharing together. So if I do start that group chat, you will quite often hear me saying, could you post that into the group?
Yeah.
The Rhino group. And it is my mantra. Kate, I'll see something in Kate's team and I'll say, can you post that? I'll ask people to post things. Louise will say something or you'll say something. Amanda, Nigel, all of you have heard me saying, can you post that into the A-Team? So great points there. Anybody else, anything to add before we go?
Just say on the QR codes,
Yeah,
the QR code is just for one website.
yep.
But if you link it to Linktree, which is a landing page where you can put 3 or 4 websites on. So you could have your sponsoring link for a website, and you also could have a video, opportunity video from that YouTube. You just click on YouTube and it just puts down your video.
Right, so you
So
can
you
use
don't
your,
actually, you can have multiple websites going from this one card.
right. So you
You know
can
what I
have,
mean?
yeah, I do. I do know what you mean. This is telling me my battery's running low. Maybe we'll talk about that through Messenger because it's getting a wee bit late for the.
Yeah.
Kate's happy because she's got a spot for Jim, but I don't want to put people off coming on the Zooms. We've got Raymond. Thanks for that idea, by the way. I'm recognising you know, as we're going through all the different ideas that people have come up with, or just things that the people have reminded me of, like Raymond saying, you know, when we start doing our trainings, let me see.
Mm.
This is what I was doing for
That's-
Avon. I
Don't,
just
don't
changed
show
it to
me
a
Avon.
I like it.
No, but I don't want to see the word Avon.
That's what he was doing with Avon.
Can you send us that and share it on the groups, but without the word Avon on it?
Lynn's
No,
gonna
no.
melt.
That was what I was working on.
Thank you, David. Thank you. So I'm glad that we're amongst friends. Look at that. But look what's happened there, you know.
I'm melting, it's Ivan.
I did feel like I was melting, Nigel. We'll say the very word. Great.
God, it's
No, Jeff, we're
9:30.
finished. We're finished. It lasted longer than thought. Going to finish by saying, looking forward to the leaders meeting on Tuesday, the 15th. Time slot, and through conversations with talking with everybody, I was going to make it like 7 or 7:30, but you know, we used to always stick to the same time for everything. You know what I mean? Why are you laughing at? Jeff, going to
Jeff's knackered.
Jeff, he's going to sleep.
Yeah, I've got a low boredom threshold and you've gone way past it.
Well, then log off. Log off. Say good
I'm
night.
going. Bye.
Bye.
How's he gone? Hey, baby.
Yeah, it's gone.
Where'd he go?
I don't think people realise they don't actually have to stay past time. You can go anytime you want.
It was past his bedtime, bless him.
Listen.
I know, but you can go
But
anytime
listening
you
to
want.
God for half an hour.
You can go anytime you want. But I'm just feeling positive about the business. I'm trying to speak to everybody about what we're going to be doing at the leaders meeting. And all I was trying to say there was, seems to be 8 o'clock seems to be a time that a lot of people have been saying is a good time. If we make it 8 o'clock, expect the first leaders meeting to be 9:30 finish. That's all I'll say. Expect, if people like, we've just had Jeff who got tired there, if you think you want it 7 o'clock, say now, and I'll ask the rest of the people, 7 or 8. I'll take a vote for the 5, 6, 7 that's left.
We won't be able
Yeah,
to
for me.
stop tonight.
Wait a minute. So you're 8, Raymond?
We will have to because we're working.
8 o'clock.
8,
Eight.
8, Jane, 8.
8.
8 will
You're
do
not
it.
the dirty stopouts here, though, Lynn. So we're all going to say 8 because we're the dirty stopouts. We're the party animals.
You're the party ones. We're still talking. Jane's got patch there, so Jane's happy.
I'm just about, it's trying my patience.
I think it's his time to go for a wee wander. Fiona, you
Especially with
can't
eight.
get your word in edgeways the night hen.
8.
8, Mary.
8 will be fine.
So we'll stick to 8 then, and
Fiona.
that is it. I will put it into the group tonight. You'll be getting an email. Now, I know I've got most of your email addresses, but I'm going to do an email loop. We'll send the agenda to you, and then I look forward to talking on Tuesday. Anybody got anything they want to say before Spot wrecks Jane's room?
What's wrong with the
No.
What
Close the meeting.
are you two up to in the middle there? What are you up to?
Well, Amanda was going like that, and Nigel poked her and she went, "Well, you don't." We've got a crazy team. We really have. But a team that have fun. That's it. You know, we're not perfect. I'm aiming to be perfect.
Hashtag Project Clean Sweep.
Clean sweep. Hashtag project
Yeah.
clean sweep. I'll find out from Kirsty the awards. But I think if we just follow our goals and our vision and where we want to go this year, we'll get that anyway. Does anybody want to add anything before we go?
I got stopped by the police today.
Why? What did you rob, Mary?
I was speeding.
Oh no.
And they actually stopped you, the flash.
Well, they come up behind me, right, and the blue flash
Horrible.
lights, and they pulled in. So I pulled in, and then they went away. And so I thought, well, they didn't want me. So I drove off. And then they caught up with me later on and flashed me down again. Said, I tried to pull you over earlier. I went, I know. But he was good. He never gave me a ticket or nothing. He just took my name and that was it and let me go. Said, no, just mind in store. I went, all right. It was an unmarked car, eh? I didn't see it. I just overtook it.
Oh my, oh my God.
And then after that, I was out with a dog. I was delivering a dog. I picked up its owner and taken it to a host. And the bloody thing was running around the garden and come flying into me and sent me over a wall.
Oh no.
I
You
ended,
all
up
right?
going over, I ended up going over a 6-foot wall.
Oh bloody hell, you all right?
Yeah, just a bit bruised, but hey, oh.
I've got
dear.
a funny thing going on here. My laptop has died, so I can't.
No, we got you in stereo.
Oh no, two limbs.
I'm on my camera.
Oh.
I'm on my phone, but the video is here. But I've got a black screen because it's needing a camera. It's needing what do you call it? It needs charged. Right, thanks, folks. I've really enjoyed tonight. But what I will say, as I did notice that tonight Jeff got tired and he was like wanting to get off. It's after the meeting. If you have a sizzle,
You're on mute, Lynn.
You're on mute.
You're
Is
on
she
mute.
though?
Lynn.
Mute.
Is that good or a bad thing?
Your mic's gone, I think.
I don't know what's going on. Because it doesn't say that she's on mute. It says we're all off mute.
I think has Lynn figured out?
oh,
Hey.
sorry, just wanted to close the meeting and you had to wait half an hour to get me connected again. Sorry, Nigel. You have to do it again.
Do it again.
You go close
I
the
just
meeting.
want you to close the
Me?
meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll close the meeting. Yeah, it's been a fantastic Zoom tonight, and I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm just fired up. So,
That's
what time? What time's the next week? I know the meeting.
The next meeting is our leader Zoom
Tuesday.
on the 15th.
Tuesday.
At
Tuesday
8
the
o'clock.
15th, 8 p.m.
Right, that's next time. So, have a
See
good
you.
week, everybody.
Have a
Good
nice
night.
week, everybody.
See you
Thanks,
later,
Nigel.
folks.
Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye,
Hoping you
Bye.
get better soon than the wee fellas. Just take care of yourself. You're looking a bit like.
Feel
So
better
you-
soon, Fiona.
Yeah, get better soon.
Yeah. Get well soon.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody, for your input. That was great Zoom tonight. I loved it. See you all
Hope you're
later.
not too bruised, Mary.
I'm gonna go off.